Alrighty, guys, we are back. Welcome back. And guys, before we start, I really want to thank you guys for all those that reached out. Given the fact that I haven't uploaded in 15 days, I was actually traveling overseas in Asia, and I had planned on making content while out there, but I forgot some of my equipment out here, some very vital equipment, and it was something that I thought I'd be able to find easily out there, and that was definitely not the case. I searched for like 3 days, and when I finally thought I actually had the cable I needed, it turned out it was really a different cable, just similar connection. And it wasn't just people showing love hitting me up. I also got hit up by my two most loyal Drake stans, two of my most loyal supporters who always give the channel so much engagement, saying I should face my fears and speak about Drake's project going #1. I honestly laughed so hard because, guys, it's not that serious. But if you really do want me to speak on the project, even though it is like a week later, the project was his third lowest first week sales total ever, and just another W for Kendrick Lamar, given the fact that his GNX album's first week numbers beat his first sales by a pretty nice margin. And while Kendrick Lamar's album was a surprise drop, Party Next Door and Drake have been really promoting this album since at least late last year. But the moving of the goalposts will continue, guys. Drake stans will find another way to try to spin this. So let's get back to the topic of this actual video. Where up next we have The Breakfast Club speaking on the reason Drake just canceled the rest of his Australian tour. Drake cited scheduling conflicts, which is honestly a legitimate reason that many other artists have used to cancel their own engagements, but the constant talk of low ticket sales have surrounded the tour from the beginning, which really isn't true because he is really selling them out. But seeing some of the pics of these people in like the first few rows, at least, it's honestly just a sea of signs of people asking for handouts and money, whether it's trying to like retire their dad or them asking Drake to fund their honeymoon. So while ticket sales may not have been the reason for the cancellation, it might very well be that he is annoyed at the signs and stuff like that. And even if that's not the case, it still doesn't change the fact that his tour seemed hastily put together last minute and may be scheduled to coincide with Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance and upcoming stadium tour. And the way Drake spoke about heading out there for the first time since 2017 kind of did feel like he really wasn't trying to go in the first place because he was not excited at all. And while it is most definitely plausible that it could have been a personal matter or health issue, if he's just canceling this because he doesn't want to hang around Australia, it's a real slap in the face to the only people that are still supporting him, showing him love after the year he's had. So enough dilly-dallying, let's jump right into the audio, where we have The Breakfast Club speaking on the reasons Drake just canceled the rest of his Australian tour. And honestly, I cannot wait to hear him speak on the situation, given their history and his willingness to cook him any chance he gets.
Eli just hit me. OVO Eli that works up here just said there's some new Drake news. What's going on with Drake?
Yeah, so Drake has actually just canceled the remaining dates on the Australia and New Zealand tour.
They suppressing him in Australia too?
Yo, shut up.
UMG reached crazy.
Yo,
You
shut
get on my
up.
nerves.
Wow.
Given the way Drake has been adding to that lawsuit, I could definitely see him and his attorneys adding the fact that he just had his third lowest sales total ever in that lawsuit to try to prove that his money and his career was affected by all this. But honestly, at the end of the day, he truly has himself to blame the most.
No, because that's the problem right now. People and the fans are pissed off because they have all these shows now that are canceled and they're trying to figure out what is happening because the reason that was given was just scheduling conflict, and people are like, that makes no sense. What is a scheduling conflict? This is supposed to be a tour. Y'all supposed to have it together. They're like, he's not committed to his fans.
Now, there is stuff that goes down in these tours that can throw a wrench into the actual scheduling. But like I said in the intro, this tour seemingly was put together like last minute. And at the end of the day, that truly falls on you and your team. Because people aren't just dropping money on these tickets. Yeah, these tickets could be refunded, but they're also buying flights, they're buying hotels, Airbnbs. So if he's just canceling this just to cancel and get out of Australia, yeah, it's really unfair to his fans. His hardcore fans are really the only people supporting him. Last thing you want to do is alienate any of them. But it's also very plausible that it could be a personal matter, it could be a health issue. We don't know all the details, obviously, but these things always have a way of revealing themselves.
And they think that there's something underlying here. There's something really, really wrong. So we reached out to try and figure that out.
That's right.
The who? What hour did you call?
Oh my gosh.
You kind of know source.
Okay. But it wasn't an hour.
The source close to an hour.
So it's close to an hour. We reached out.
Yeah, come on, man. Journalists can't burn their sources because then you lose your source.
And I sent you the message of what they said, what they told me.
Oh, so it's a beige thing.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, you know the brothers stick together.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Y'all probably call each other bros because y'all like not brothers.
No, they definitely call each other beige.
What are y'all talking about?
Okay, so
Pause,
they said,
man.
so what I'm
Beige.
told from a source is that everything is good, y'all, so y'all can relax on Drake. They just had a routing mess up towards the end of the tour. So basically, they had Drake doing 4 shows in 16 days. So essentially, if he had done that, he would have been sitting around in Australia doing nothing for 12 days, and that's a huge waste of money and time because.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you guys chose to schedule it. And it's not like the guy isn't making millions upon millions of dollars. And for a guy whose career is where it's at right now, yeah, the dude is still doing major numbers. The last thing you want to do is further muddy up your reputation. I mean, it's definitely on brand for him given the way he's been moving this past year. But you not wanting to stay around for like 60 days to fulfill your obligation honestly doesn't look good any which way you try to spin it.
You got to pay for his dancers, his production, his lighting crew. It's like there's a lot of overhead for the tour. So they just, scheduling conflicts. I'm assuming they're going to figure it out for the fans so they get to see the rest of the show.
That don't make any sense. So you said he'd have been sitting there for 12 days in between shows.
Yeah, I guess they weren't consecutive. So the way they did it was
They didn't know that before they booked him?
That's why fans are upset, and they're trying to figure out, well, what was the conflict? And that's why we're here answering what the conflict was.
But when you
don't want to stick around over there. That, or like I said, those signs are really starting to bother him. These shows are really so big that you can only really see like the first few rows, and those first few rows are just full of people asking for money. Which honestly begs the question, are these guys fans or are some of these guys just trying to come up?
just fly home, if you got 12 days in between, go
Even
do
if
something
he
else.
flies
Australia's
home.
like a 20-hour flight, 22-hour
That's
flight.
my point. There's nothing else you can
Oh, go to Bali or something for like the weekend.
But
But
do
it's,
for 12
it's
days.
not that easy, though, right? Because even
Don't
if
he got a
Drake,
plane?
but if Drake flies home, it's a 737, I believe, right? That only
How much
fits how many
cost to
people.
fly that?
He
home?
still has a whole
You don't gotta
production
fly
team.
your
He
own.
has
Okay.
dancers. He has wardrobe. He has hair. There's a big. You ever been to a concert?
And these are all decisions that you guys committed to when you guys signed on to do this tour. I mean, you're not going to build up any good equity by doing this.
But the reality is he's coming home anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, the tour's over. He doesn't have to sit
That's
there.
what I'm
12
saying.
days.
He's
coming
coming
home
home
and
and
then-
other business.
And when will the tour start back?
I don't know.
You might get a show next year, man, at this point, if you even get one at all. I could totally see him just refunding everything. It just feels like he's neglecting the people that he should be embracing the most, his fans. But like I said, on brand for the way he's been moving.
They got to refund the people their tickets and figure it out when they next have the dates. I'm sure when the tour dates are a little closer to each other.
I
not
think it's
ever
more
come
to the
back
story. Suppression on the bridge,
Yo,
y'all.
shut up,
UMG is suppressing
Yo, shut
something.
The
up.
effective dates are going to be Brisbane. Am I saying that right?
What are those dates?
March 4th. Sydney was going to be March 7th. Auckland.
That's next week.
March 15th and 16th. They're looking ahead now. They're here.
Could have at least done those two.
That's 10 days apart from those 2 dates, and
Yeah. So.
I guess they're gonna try to get the dates closer to each other so they could just rock out closer and then don't have to worry about the time off.
Let me
Yeah,
see what Kendrick going to
we
Australia.
sincerely apologize for the inconvenience and appreciate your patience. Drake and the entire team have had an incredible time doing these shows and are excited to return soon. We look forward to sharing the rescheduled dates with you as soon as possible. So it will be rescheduled.
They'll probably make
They're
the
just
dates
trying to
closer,
figure
like
it
they
out.
said.
I don't know how an oversight like that happens though on a tour this big.
Exactly.
There's a bunch of people that have to sign off on this. He himself has to sign off. A little over 2 weeks. I don't think right now he's going to be scheduling any other tour. So you might just well fulfill your obligation and build some good equity, at least with the people that he thinks still loves him. At the end of the day, nothing gets approved without them agreeing to it first.
But I will say that. So fans have a right to feel how they feel.
course.
But at least we can fill them in on what's the tea, like what happened.
Well, obviously the fact that they said, yeah, it's like he's good. It doesn't seem like it's a health issue or personal matter. I mean, it may still be the case. It may still be plausible. But right now, optically, it just looks like you don't want to do the tour. And he's been talking about wanting to take a vacation. So, man, just take a seat and chill, man. Given the fact that he hasn't been there since 2017, who knows the next time he actually shows up back in Australia. Pretty sure these tickets are more than likely going to get refunded. They may not ever see him perform there again. Maybe we're going to get some type of like old timers tour when he's like 60. It may get him in some like throwback festival in like 20 years, but he never really seemed interested in even doing this. Like I said in the intro, it just seemed as a way to like coincide with like the whole Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime performance and the stadium tour, maybe try to take some of the steam out of it, but it just failed at doing that. So not only did it fail in doing that, but he's also letting down a bunch of fans at the same time. Actually, real quick, let's look at this picture over here of one of his shows. You guys can see what I was talking about earlier, all the signs and stuff like that. It almost seems like they're just going there to see if they can come up or something. All right, we got the sign over here. Great, give my father a break. Our dog vet bill. Help my boyfriend buy me an engagement ring. 5 years together. Like literally, buy me a car. Drizzy coin flip. Yeah, he might do that. My bachelorette party in Ibiza. It just seems like, are you guys fans, or do you guys just want a handout at this point? Because for a guy that probably needs the support right now, it seems like all you guys are asking for is just him to give you stuff. Over here, Drizzy, help him buy my mom a Birkin. For a guy that already probably didn't want to go to Australia at all anyway, this isn't going to help the cause. I'm leaning towards that they're probably not going to get another rescheduled date. And who knows, anything is possible. But can you really see him come back to do 4 more shows? Unless he's like doing another tour and he's tacking on those shows to that tour. But yeah, man, I definitely think it's another L move. Unless obviously there is like an underlying health thing or a personal matter that he doesn't want to make public. There's definitely things that you would want to maintain your privacy with. But if he's just doing this because he doesn't want to stick around for 2 weeks, man, I think it's a major L, man, because he's really letting down his fans. But definitely let me know what you guys think. Definitely let me know what your theories are as to why he's canceling this tour. It seems like he was really never interested in doing it at all anyway. Do you guys think that most of these people are just going to these shows to try to get some type of handout? Definitely let me know what you guys think. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It does the channel wonders. Guys, I really want to thank you so much for making this channel a part of your day. Definitely looking forward to what you guys have to say on this situation. Hope you guys love this video, and I hope to see you guys soon. It's like, are you guys here for me or for my money?